10 years ago, you could binge an entire TV series in a weekend. Now, a 90-minute movie feels like a marathon you didn't train for. You start a film. 20 minutes in, you're scrolling Instagram. 40 minutes in, you've opened 3 tabs and answered 4 texts. By the end, you have no idea what happened. And you tell yourself, I just wasn't interested in that one. But here's the truth. It's not the movies. It's your brain. Something fundamental changed in how you process entertainment. And the psychology behind it? It's darker than you think. Let me be clear. This isn't about self-control. This isn't about your attention span being weak. This is about what the last decade of technology did to your brain's reward system. Because here's what the research shows. Your brain has been trained to expect stimulation every 15 seconds. And a 2-hour movie? That's asking your brain to do something it's been systematically untrained to do. There are 3 types of people who can't watch movies anymore, and you're definitely one of them. Here's what actually happened to your brain. For millions of years, human attention worked one way. Focus on one thing until it's done. Your brain's dopamine system rewarded sustained attention. Then came TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. Every 15 seconds, a new hit of dopamine, new face, new joke, new story. It's a feedback loop, trigger, action, reward, repeat. Your brain learned, why wait 2 hours for a payoff when you can get one every 15 seconds? Emerging data from the last 24 months shows something shocking. The average person's sustained attention dropped by 40% in just 5 years. Not because we're lazy, because our brains were systematically retrained by algorithmic content. Movies weren't designed for brains like yours. They were designed for brains that could wait, that could sit with slowness. But your brain, it's been taught that 30 seconds of nothing is a signal to leave. The movie breaks the loop, and your brain treats that break like a threat. Let's talk about type 1, the dopamine chaser. This is the person whose brain has completely adapted to micro-content. You don't just scroll during movies, you scroll during everything. For you, a movie feels like deprivation because it's asking you to commit to one single source of stimulation for 2 hours, and your brain screams, what about the other 5 dopamine sources we're missing right now? So you open your phone. Not because you're bored with the movie, but because your brain is physically uncomfortable with single stream attention. You feel the phantom vibration in your pocket. That's not a notification. That's your nervous system panicking because the dopamine drip has stopped. The dopamine chaser isn't addicted to their phone. They're addicted to the feeling of multiple inputs. And a movie is 2 hours of forced digital sobriety. Type 2 is different. The decision, paralyzed. You don't avoid movies because you can't focus. You avoid them because you can't choose. You open Netflix, scroll for 40 minutes, read 15 descriptions, and then you're exhausted. So you close Netflix and open TikTok instead because TikTok doesn't ask you to decide. For you, the problem isn't the movie, it's the commitment. Choosing a movie means committing to 2 hours. What if you pick wrong? What if it's boring? So you never choose. And here's the brutal part. You spend 45 minutes scrolling to find the perfect movie. You never find it, and you realize you could have watched half a movie in the time you spent staring at thumbnails. Infinite choice doesn't create freedom. It creates paralysis. Then there's type 3, the third-person viewer. You used to love movies. You used to get lost in stories. But somewhere along the way, you stopped being a viewer. You started performing. You aren't watching the movie through your own eyes anymore. You're watching it through the imaginary eyes of your followers. You're mentally editing your life before you've even lived it. You're watching the movie, but you're also thinking, would this make a good post? How would I caption this scene? Is this the kind of thing my audience would like? Movies require you to be passive, to receive, to let someone else control the story, and your brain, it doesn't remember how to do that anymore. Now, here's the part nobody wants to hear. This isn't going to fix itself. Your brain isn't going to magically remember how to focus for 2 hours, because every day the algorithms get better at fragmenting your attention. And your brain? It's adapting in real time. The question isn't, why can't I watch movies anymore? The question is, how long until I can't focus on anything for more than 15 seconds? Because movies are just the beginning. Books are next, then conversations, then thoughts themselves. We're not losing our ability to watch movies. We're losing our ability to be still. So what do you do with this? First, you stop blaming yourself. You're not broken. Your brain is doing exactly what it was trained to do. But here's the reframe. Your inability to watch movies is data. It's your brain telling you, we've been rewired, and maybe we need to rewire back. You don't have to delete every app, but you do have to make a choice. Do you want to be someone who can still experience long-form stories, or are you okay becoming someone who only experiences 15-second fragments? Both are options, but only one of them is reversible. And the window, it's closing. Try this tonight. Put your phone in another room. Watch 20 minutes of a movie. If you can get past the 15-minute itch without checking, your focus will reset. Just survive the first 20 minutes. So if you can't watch movies anymore, you're not alone. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're responding to a system designed to fragment your attention into profitable pieces. But you get to decide if you let it. Now tell me in the comments, which type are you? A, the dopamine chaser. B, the decision paralyzed. C, the third-person viewer. Drop your letter below and send this to the friend who also can't finish a movie. If this video explained something you've been feeling but couldn't name, hit subscribe, because I make psychology content for people who are tired of being told their brain is broken when it's actually just been hacked. See you in the next one.